Hi, my name is Amy Kyllo, and I am the 66th Princess K of the Milky Way. And today we're going to have a pretty amazing recipe. It's called Ham It Up Pita Pockets, and it has some delicious provolone cheese in it, so you're going to get your dairy goodness. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take one large pita and cut it in half. Actually, you want two. You want two pitas, cut them in half, and then once you have those 4 halves, you can start your recipe. So the first thing you're going to do with your recipe is you're going to gently open each pita pocket, and you are going to spread some spicy mustard inside. You might have to kind of just gently work them open in order to get your stuff inside. So take about a teaspoon of spicy mustard and spread it inside each pita half. So as I said, I'm Minnesota's dairy princess, and I represent Minnesota dairy farmers. And a lot of people want to know, how did I get here? What's my journey? And so I grew up on my family's dairy farm near Byron, Minnesota, and I have so many happy memories from growing up on our dairy farm. I remember feeding calves, milking cows, driving tractor, and just about anything you can think of every day on my family's dairy farm. I think some of my most special memories come from when being in the barn with my mom. When I was a little girl, I think 4, 5, 6, right? I would be with my mom, and apparently my mom was watching me, but I thought I was keeping my mom company while she milked our cows. And we would play games like Hangman, 20 questions, all these fun things I remember doing with my mom. And that was when I was a little girl, but the memories still happen today. Today, on my family's dairy farm, when I would come home from college last winter, the milking barn was where I had time to talk about memories with my mom. And I would get to talk about what's going on in my life, what am I excited about, and that was just, it's a special place to get to grow up on a dairy farm. Also, if you remember from the Minnesota State Fair, Princess K of the Milky Way gets her likeness sculpted in butter, 90 pounds in fact. And everybody always wants to know, what did I do with my 90 pounds of butter? Well, I have to say I wasn't the most creative person with how I used mine, but my family really loves butter, so we've been working on eating it. We saved a little bit, gave some to friends, and the rest my family and I have in our refrigerator and freezer at home. I've been loving the opportunity to have some buttery goodness. Alright, so I'm getting done with this spicy mustard, and so now I should have all 4 pita pockets about full. Alright, so the next step, I'm going to move these pita pockets back to this plate, and now you're going to get to the stuffing. So, of course, as I said, it's Ham It Up Pita Pockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slice of ham, a slice of provolone cheese, and then another slice of ham. Then I'm going to fold it in half, tuck 4 slices of apple inside. They're thinly sliced, so about 1/4 of an apple cut in 4 pieces. And then I'm going to stuff it inside the pita pocket. So I think this is going to be well-stuffed pita pocket. It might be kind of full, but that's the way we like it. Alright, so then you should have something that looks about like this, and then I'm going to repeat it with the other 4 pita pockets. So as I said, as Princess K of the Milky Way, I'm at the State Fair for 12 days, but actually I do so much more than that. All year long, I am going across the state of Minnesota working to represent the dairy farmers of Minnesota. And so things I do is school visits. I got to talk to many children, especially 2nd grade on down this past year, and those have made a lot of fun memories. I know a child, I asked them, what is ice cream made of? And they raised their hand and said frosting. And those are just the happy memories that I get to make all year long as Princess K. Not only do I get to do school visits, but I also get to do things like speeches. And I also am able to go to a Minnesota Vikings game, go Vikings, right, with the program Fuel Up to Play 60. So Fuel Up to Play 60 is a program that encourages kids to get 60 minutes of exercise and also to refuel with healthy foods like chocolate milk. So I got to go to the Vikings game and meet the children who had done amazing at their program. It was a pretty special opportunity. Alright, so I'm getting almost done with these pitas. I think I would have liked an even larger pita because these are quite full as is. Alright, so on to our last one. And also, Princess K, as I said, I went to Minnesota Vikings games, school visits, and I also am on social media. If you have Facebook or Instagram, please follow Princess K. Princess K posts all year long, and there's so many fun things, whether it's pictures from my family's dairy farm, pictures from events I've gone to, or just something fun, a dairy recipe, or a fun fact. I'm going to be there, and I think I'm trying to make it fun for everyone every single day, and so I really encourage you to follow me and to just get some fun dairy news in your news feed. Alright, so our pita pockets are getting all stuffed and full and ready to go, so I'm going to transfer them to a plate, and then these are going to be microwaved on high for 30 seconds. So this is super quick, and then you're going to have dinner for the family. Alright, so now we're just going to pop them in the microwave and heat them on high for 30 seconds. So then, as I said, you'll have dinner ready for the family. And at these hammered up pita pockets, they have a lot of great dairy goodness in them. With the cheese, cheese is high in protein, so I really encourage you to make sure you're getting your 3 servings of dairy each day. Start it by getting some of your favorite cheese. Maybe throw in some milk, throw in some yogurt, but what I really encourage you is to find what you enjoy, because if you don't enjoy one dairy product, don't force yourself to eat it. Get your 3 servings of dairy with something else that you really love, maybe like cheese. Alright, so we are all done. We'll get these right out of the microwave. I'm loving this. Make some. So there you have it. These are your hammered up pita pockets, and so I hope you enjoy your dairy today. And I know that Minnesota dairy farmers appreciate you having your cheese, milk, and yogurt every single day.